All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're looking at something called the Pencil Control Workbook Creator AI. It's making a pretty bold claim that it can take you from staring at a completely blank screen to having a fully published, highly structured educational workbook literally in minutes. Now, if you're in the digital publishing or printable space, you already know how incredibly time-consuming product creation can be. So we're going to investigate exactly what this tool is, how it works, and what the actual business model behind it looks like.
So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the workbook publishing niche, peek inside the AI engine, look at designing preschool workbooks, move on to preparing for publication, and wrap up with the PLR business opportunity.
Section 1. The workbook publishing niche. To kick things off, we really need to understand the specific market this product targets and why they've focused here. Think about this for a second. How long does it actually take to plan and create a 150-page workbook entirely from scratch? Seriously, staring at a blank page, trying to conceptualize and design 150 pages of preschool activities, that is a massive, massive pain point. It's tedious, it's formatting heavy, and well, that's exactly what this AI attempts to bypass. And the vendor highlights a very specific reason for targeting this niche. Tracing and fine motor workbooks are a highly active evergreen category on platforms like Amazon KDP and Etsy. This isn't just some passing fad, right? It's driven by constant, year-round demand from parents, teachers, and homeschoolers who are constantly looking for fresh ways to help young children develop early writing skills. For digital publishers, that translates to a steady, evergreen revenue stream. Section 2. Inside the AI engine. So how exactly does this tool propose to streamline that daunting, hours-long creation process we just talked about? Well, the core engine isn't your traditional software interface. Instead, it's a massive vault of over 500 specialized AI prompts. The vendor's big promise here is that these prompts have been engineered specifically to generate preschool workbook content. The claim, you absolutely don't need any prior graphic design or writing experience to get professional-looking results. This workflow perfectly outlines the vendor's chronological approach, taking a creator step by step through the whole process. First, you choose an idea or theme. Then, you move on to generating a cohesive workbook outline. Next, you create the actual content and characters. And finally, you format and publish. It really just takes the guesswork right out of the sequence of creation.
Section 3. Designing preschool workbooks. Let's look at how this structured process actually translates into real printable pages.
Seeing this AI in action is genuinely fascinating. You start with a highly structured table of contents, like a vibrant jungle safari theme that builds skills progressively. Then, you use the subsequent prompts to output the exact corresponding activity page. A color match activity, for instance, comes out clean, engaging, and perfectly aligned with the outline you just created. The modules also let you create recurring characters to really anchor your book. Think of a friendly clownfish named Bubbles, introducing the book to a child. The prompts even generate essential step-by-step instructional pages, like an incredibly clear 5-step guide for safe scissor usage. That's the kind of detail that adds a real professional educational polish.
And as the workbook progresses, so does the complexity. You can generate mixed practice pages featuring straight lines, zigzags, and loops, all beautifully themed around the 4 seasons, complete with a little squirrel character guiding the way. It really proves the tool can scale the difficulty smoothly as the student advances.
To pull all of this off, the system is broken down into 6 primary generation modules. These are designed to completely replace the heavy lifting of ideation and formatting. By moving sequentially from the topic generator in Module 1 all the way down to the cover creator in Module 6, the system ensures your workbook has a logical, educational progression from page 1 to 150. Section 4. Preparing for publication. Of course, creating the pages is really only half the battle, right? Getting them actually seen by buyers is the crucial next step in the system's chronological arc. If you're an Amazon KDP publisher, Module 7 is built specifically for you. It provides targeted prompts to generate the essential metadata and back-end keywords you absolutely need to make the workbook discoverable. In a crowded marketplace like Amazon, having AI write your persuasive descriptions and select those high-ranking back-end keywords is a massive time saver. Similarly, if Etsy is your marketplace of choice, Module 8 shifts gears. It generates the critical 13 tags Etsy requires for SEO, along with engaging shop copy and promotional captions. It ensures that your marketing materials are created just as quickly as the product itself. Pretty slick.
Section 5. The PLR Business Opportunity.
Finally, let's unpack the commercial rights and the actual sales funnel you enter when you decide to purchase this tool.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is that the product includes private label rights, commonly known as PLR. This means you legally own the workbooks you generate. You aren't just an affiliate for this AI. You can rebrand the output, slap your own author name on it, and build your very own standalone educational brand.
But let's look at the numbers. Affiliate data reveals the back-end sales funnel of this offer. While the initial entry price, the front end, is incredibly low at just under $7, buyers will immediately be presented with multiple optional upgrades, known as OTOs or one-time offers. If a buyer purchases every single upgrade in the funnel, the total jumps to over $60. It's a classic digital marketing strategy.
Now, from an impartial reporting standpoint, it is important to note the vendor's background. The company, TechCloud LLC, appears to be a brand new entity in this specific space. We couldn't confirm an established prior public track record or a previous product launch history for them. However, that lack of history is somewhat mitigated by their refund policy. They offer a clearly stated, no-hassle, 30-day, 100% refund policy. This allows new users to step in, test out those 500 prompts, and see if the AI output actually matches their standards, entirely risk-free. You'll also notice that urgency is baked right into their marketing. The front-end price is marketed as a dime sale. What that means is the price starts at that low $6.27 mark, but incrementally rises. They use countdown timers and scarcity banners designed specifically to create a sense of urgency for the buyer to act immediately.
But you know what's truly fascinating about this launch? An explicit disclaimer right from the vendor. They acknowledge upfront that generating a book is not a guarantee of money. Success depends on product quality, marketing, and competition. It's refreshing to see them admit that tools alone don't build businesses. They're just multipliers of your own effort.
Which leads me to this final question, and I want to leave you with this thought. If an AI can now generate a beautiful 150-page workbook in just a matter of minutes, the actual creation of the product is no longer the bottleneck. As AI drastically lowers the barrier to entry for content creation across the board, the true competitive advantage will likely shift entirely toward your marketing strategy, your SEO skills, and your unique brand voice. Generating the book is now the easy part. The real question is, how will you make yours stand out?